That was the dark secret there.
Yeah, we're revealing Andy's watching anime.
I know, right? Yeah, you
hate Lord of the Rings.
you were
I think Joel did the right thing. Secrets revealed here.
in the political party in the Sega Genesis.
Boba Fett shot first. Oh, no, what was that?
No, that's
Han
right.
Solo.
Boba,
Han Solo.
No, it was Boba Fett.
Don't worry, they're gonna fix
was
it.
Boba
Boba
Fett?
Fett's gonna shoot first now.
Welcome to Taco Otaku, episode 45. Today I beat up Andy and I get to be the host. And Andy's here.
Yeah.
He's passed out right now. We'll wake him up in a little bit.
He'll get it together in a bit. And
I'm the Zelda correspondent, right?
Ray is here also.
Hello.
We have one person missing. Miles. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Like, who am I gonna direct my anger to? Well, we'll fight through, and
Okay.
we are going to talk about Zelda Echoes of Wisdom and our first impressions. Not full review yet.
Oh no.
We'll we'll talk a little bit about our weeks and probably months for Andy.
I'll think far back. I'll try to think far back.
And without further ado, I guess we'll get started with Ray, because I think you have a short one.
Yes, I do. Indeed, I do. There, Frank. So yes, the easy one on my stream Twitch channel. I stream Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for those who are first time hearing that. Stream over Twitch TV SC_Shonen. Link down below in this episode of the podcast. I finished The Last of Us Part 1, the remake for PS5 last weekend. Wrapped it up. You know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I remember really getting into the game, and I think I even talked about Andy back in the day when it first came on the PS3 a lot. But finishing, I don't know, because I just knew how the story beats were going to be already, and I still remember most of it, so nothing really took me by surprise. It's still overall good, like it's great even, but like it didn't hit as hard as I remember all those years ago, and I'm trying to figure out why that is. I will admit some of the performance was a little glitchy sometimes in this PS5 version, which did kind of take me out of it sometimes, and like you can watch it still on the Twitch channel there on the VODs if you want to see guns just fall off the floor. There was an invisible gun guy. It was just floating in midair. I got to put that as a TikTok or something in the future. So little things like that. And then without getting to like super spoilers for those who are not familiar with this game, but it's old as hell at this point. So I guess it's probably okay to say spoilers, but just in case you haven't played part 1 of The Last of Us.
In case you inspired them to play it.
It's true. You never know. You never know. I still think Joel did nothing wrong. Does it make me a monster? Does it make me a monster, Andy?
Wait, is that a controversy that people think?
Yes, I think everyone doesn't like Joel's decision at the end.
It's funny because I don't remember at all.
Oh, you don't remember?
I don't remember shit about the story, like zero.
Wow.
All I know is that I just the end of the game. I'm just like,
Don't spoil it now. I might play it.
Okay. Well, then that's good because I don't really remember. So
By the way,
whatever I was gonna say, is probably like not even accurate anyway. So
I just want to know, is the first game like the first season of the HBO?
No idea. I haven't seen the HBO.
Or does it end do they end at the same spot?
That would be my guess. Have you seen it, Andy?
Well, I think no, but I think I know.
No
secrets.
No, like
there you go. And
You went to the Wikipedia page.
No, I haven't seen. I never finished the show, but I think I've heard that it is similar to the game. But I still don't even know what the end of the show is. So
It's still a mystery.
it's still a mystery.
Both
either
endings
way,
elude you.
I have not seen the show yet.
I've seen the show. I haven't played the game.
Okay.
So then
Does
you might know.
Joel make a choice in the end of that season?
Oh, should I say?
Helping someone and not helping someone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes, that is basically probably the same ending then.
Oh, okay. I mean, he does the right thing.
Okay, I'm just because at the time I remember a lot of people being like, "Boo, boo, Joel! How could you do this, Joel? You're
When the
such
game
a..."
came out,
Yeah,
you mean?
when back on the PS3, I remember there's a lot of negative talk, and I was like the weird guy being like, "Yeah, Joel, you did bad." I'm thinking like, I would have done the same thing.
That's what
Am
I'm
I a bad person? I think I'm a bad person.
I would have done the same thing too.
Okay, good. Okay, now I feel a little bit. Thank you, Frank. I guess we're just both monsters, but that's okay. As long as we're monsters together.
I don't know.
It's Halloween. It's the right time to be a monster.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to compare it to something because I don't want to give it away. But
That's true.
Anything else about your?
So yeah, that was the one thing I did finish, but like I said, overall it was okay. But the other thing I just started, speaking about remakes, was the remake of Dead Space, and as you can see, I'm sticking with the spooktacular month of October. And yeah, that's a little bit better. It's just one of those, once again, I haven't played it since the 360 days. And going back to see it all prettied up on the Xbox Series X. I bought it over there since I remember the Xbox, so it made sense to buy the Xbox version here. And yeah, it's spooky. The music gets you tension arise. Like, where's he at? I know they're coming from somewhere. And the game does a pretty good job of jump scaring you. And they just like give you, you're focused on the one enemy in front of you coming at you, and then meanwhile here's a motherfucker jumping you from the back, and it did get me scream a little bit. So once again, look forward to that TikTok or YouTube short this coming week probably. But yeah, it does have the atmosphere. And you have to aim for the limbs. You can't go for the heads. You gotta aim for the limbs. That's the free tip right there for people not familiar with Dead Space. Oh, I guess I should explain what Dead Space is, I suppose. Maybe.
Nah, we're good. I'm just kidding. I mean, go ahead.
For those who don't know,
sounds scary though.
It is. You're in space. It's kind of a survival horror space shooter thing where you kind of walk kind of slow. You're not you're not moving very fast.
And it's like a third-person sort of shooting kind of style.
Yes,
right?
definitely Resident Evil 4 style over the shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And you're in space. You're on something. It's kind of like, I guess, like Alien 1, where there's a distress signal on the flagship and the fleet, and you're sent in to figure out what's going on. They think they're because you're like an engineer. You're not like a soldier or something. And they think oh, the power's down. Go check on them and make sure everything's okay. And you get there and something really bad happened on the Ishimura, I think that's what it's called. And it's this really giant spaceship, almost like a colony kind of size. It's really big, so it's a lot to explore and unravel. And basically everyone turned into some kind of alien freakazoid monster with giant limbs and teeth and just want to kill you. It's kind of like a zombie, I guess, kind of like Last of Us, now that I think about it. But like I said, the unique thing about this game is, versus shooting for the heads like you do in typical zombie games like in Resident Evil or something, because these enemies have giant limbs, and to slow them down, you really want to aim for the legs to slow them down, then you can finish them off. And your weaponry is pretty limited, just like Resident Evil, old school Resident Evil, with the limited ammos and supplies and health items. And there's upgrades, and it's also got a little bit of maybe Metroidvania-ish to it. You come out in certain areas, and then you get a new power or a new weapon or something, and then you go back to this other area that you want to explore. So it's exploring, and there's a lot of
So is it like a Resident Evil 4 Metroidvania in a way?
Kind of, yeah, a little bit.
To use the, I guess, combined genres that I would know.
Yeah, and then I guess even Alienware's, because a lot of times you hear the monsters in the vents.
Oh, that's cool. I like that shit.
So
cool.
Definitely a good game if you have headphones to play it on headphones, because you could hear them and spook you out a little bit more. And like I said, the time of the music kind of gets you oh man, get you before you see anything. You're freaking out a little bit. But yeah, that's the thing. You're in space, and it gets spookier and spookier as I remember it. Kind of a shame. I don't think we're going to get a Dead Space 2 remake, despite that was also a very good game. But yeah, that's the newest game I'm playing on Twitch TV. So if you want to come check it out, go down the link below this podcast and say hello. Look forward to you. You could watch me scream like a little girl. What else? Is there anything else? Because we have our homework for next week, but I gotta save that for next week. The only other thing that I dabbled in a little bit was season 3 of Ted Lasso, the newest season of Ted Lasso. If anyone's seen, anyone seen Ted Lasso?
I have.
Okay, Frank has. Have you seen all of it, Frank?
I don't think I finished season 2.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
I think there's 3 seasons, and I think the 3rd season is the newest / the last season. I don't know if it actually is the end or not. I asked my brother, he was kind of oh, and I was like, okay, I don't know either. But we watched it forever ago, and we picked it up again. And yeah, so far pretty good. I am still enjoying it. It's hearts and a lot of heart-filled, cute moments. Involves character development, and it's a very silly premise for those who don't know. Ted Lasso is basically a college football coach goes to the UK to teach football, soccer. So yeah, that's kind of weird and not normal, and it sounds like a very stupid premise. But like I said, it has a lot more charm and personality to it than you would think with that plot description. And the big reason I like it is because a lot of the creative people behind this show also worked on Scrubs, which is another favorite show of mine, and has a lot of that same kind of vibes where it's funny, but then like drama, serious shit happens, and it goes back and forth. It's like a dramedy, I think people call it. So it does a very good job of that. And so far, this new season is holding up. Though there are shortcuts they make because it's a more of a limited run series than like a full 26 episode or something like that. And you could feel some of the shortcuts they make because of time. Like they'll start the season like it's the first game of the season. Then like 2 episodes in, they're like it's halfway through the season. Like whoa, how did we get months have passed? What's going on here? So little things like that, but still overall holding what I remember the show to be. So hopefully that'll continue to be the case, and maybe I don't know. I guess I gotta convince Frank to finish it. Then we can do a spoiler talk, Frank.
Oh, I only got up to season 2 because then my Apple free trial ended.
A lot of free trials. Wait, you have T-Mobile, no, Frank?
I think so.
If you do, you could get it through that. It's a complimentary
forever for free,
as long as you have your T-Mobile service.
Oh, that's crazy.
Really?
That's the
This
reason.
is an ad for T-Mobile.
Today's sponsor on Otaku, T-Mobile.
I'm gonna
Better than Deadpool telling you to get a cell phone.
I'm gonna ask my
You're right.
brother to look into that.
Look into that. Look into it, Frank, because that's how we are in watching our Apple TV Plus. Boy, that naming convention's also
Have they
terrible.
made a season 2 of the what's that one called? The one with the guy from Parks and Recs.
Oh, Severance.
Yeah, yes.
They're gonna do
no,
it's coming out soon. Right?
Yes,
they
hopefully do.
finished wrapping a couple months ago. You like that show?
Yeah.
That show is
Pretty
so
good.
freaking good. I cannot wait. Oh man.
Probably the best thing I've seen so far. But I've seen that in Ted Lasso, so I don't know. That's literally it.
That's that might be the only you've seen.
That's part of it.
I try watching Morning Glory there.
Nah.
I couldn't get into it.
I kind of saw it, and I was like kind of into it, but then I heard negative things. So I was like, oh, never mind.
I don't even know what else is on there.
I don't know. I feel like their original stuff is
More like movies.
There's
I don't
something
know.
with
It's
Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
And
I saw the first episode and it was like moving, but it was like kind of a show you would like cry to, and I was like, I don't want to watch this. Like, each
Don't wanna
episode's like
cry right now.
super emotional. It's just like, oh, this is like a tearjerker show.
There you go. Well, I guess if for Ted Lasso, I need more feels. I guess I could go there.
I mean, I think it's like it's about like therapist who needs therapy. I think is like the therapy.
Oh, that's not
or something like
I did
that.
see the trailer because I was like, what is this? And I looked at the trailer. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
And it's got Jason something, right? That's the other actor.
Segel.
That's something with
Maybe,
like that.
yeah.
Something with an S.
And then Harrison Ford.
Harrison
we all know
Ford.
and love.
Yeah, there you go. It's Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, Ted Lasso is the thing I've been watching, and like I said, minus podcast homework for this week and next week. That's it for me. I'm tapped out of my week.
Tapped out. All right. I guess we'll move on to Andy and his months and months, and we haven't seen him.
I know. I'm back. I got a list. Wait, let me.
You actually have a list.
I should do. Yeah.
You haven't been on since summer to July, I think. Early July,
was the last
end
one
of June.
Was it?
Right. It was our E3 episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that had been late
been
June,
a
early
minute.
July.
And now to my list. Oh, so the first thing, I guess I'll get out of the way, just because you guys mentioned you're not talking about your animes this week or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I watched what is an anime? I think it's anime.
Always Andy, and I kind of maybe I did something anime related. It might have been it might have been a Chinese or Korean. It was something Asian.
Are you like afraid not to get sued? Like, well, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I will neither confirm nor deny.
Well, no, because I think so it's Uzumaki. So,
okay.
Yeah, because I think obviously the manga is a very much Japanese created story, but I think the production is primarily American. Is it? I thought it was, but maybe I'm wrong because I saw so many American or English names.
Because the money, it's an American funded project done in Japan. But it is an anime. It is come from Japan. It's based off a Japanese property, a manga from Junji Ito. But it is the money came from Adult Swim, Toonami, Warner Brothers people, HBO, I guess also
confirmed. Now hire lawyers.
So there you go. Indeed, you British lawyers he watched an anime? Oh my god.
He's the video game guy.
You can't be talking about anime on an anime podcast.
This is false advertisement. Oh yeah, how was it?
You guys are gonna get flagged.
Oh no.
No, it was good. I think because I've read Uzumaki, like I was like super pumped about this, and I was like, oh, I really love this story, and and it was good, but I would honestly say I wasn't scared by it, like at any point. Like obviously, I was kind of going into it being like, ooh, I'm gonna get spooked, but it was never like, whenever I get scared in something, I'm usually like terrified, and I'm like, I want to stop the movie. I'm that scared.
Right.
But I still like power through it. But like this, I was just kind of like, oh, like it's creepy and like disturbing, but like it's not like, and I feel like the manga, like some of the impact of the manga is diminished when you get to the visual, because I'm like, I guess, you know, with reading it with a manga, it's like very quiet, and like you can kind of like imagine like the emotions or the sounds, but like when you hear it like in an anime, like it's like, oh, this is the sound for this.
You can say anime. Just finish.
It's okay. It's not a dirty word here on this podcast, Andy. It's okay to say anime.
For the anime.
Japanimation?
Yeah, it was just like not at. Yeah, there you go. No, it was just not as. Yeah, I just felt like, oh, I guess ultimately I felt like I preferred this experience, like as a graphic novel versus or manga versus. Jesus Christ!
He's like, now you these guys dirty words you just can't say.
Thinking about these mediums too much.
They won't close the door on you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, Andy's a weeb.
I am a weeb. No, but it was still like good.
Is it all out or just a few episodes?
Just like one episode. So it's like every week. So I think it's a different chapter or different portion of, because I forgot, remembering it's kind of like anthology-ish. I don't know if have either of you read it? Or?
I have not read it. I've been meaning to, just never have.
Oh, okay. And you don't like horror stuff, right?
No.
Yeah.
But I was curious about it because it kind of looks interesting, the trailer. So
yeah, I would say like if you want to just like, yeah, maybe something to just like, because like, you know, with manga sometimes you have to kind of just be like in the mood to read, but you're like, oh, I'll just like throw something on TV.
Right.
I feel like it's like, yeah, it's a good way to get into, because it still is creepy. Like it's just not like, I'm just not as scared. Yeah, scared.
You found the manga more scarier.
Yeah, basically.
Graphic novel.
Very long
I'm sorry. Oh my god.
In a very long way of saying.
I don't know. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about anime. Oh.
You know how we were talking about, you know, off the podcast, that I didn't really find anything interesting for the next season. I then looked and there's like 5 things.
All right, it's too late, Frank. Try to lay on that bed.
And then that one was one of them that was like, oh, maybe.
Spooky. Frank's getting what adventure? Is it the month getting to you, Frank? What made you interested in that versus like all the other times? I know, like Andy mentioned, you're not much of a spooky guy.
Yes, it is that time of month. The moon is full.
The one time you're going to give it a chance.
I don't know. Maybe something's got me, my emotions out of whack.
There you go. Well, that's a lot of his artwork does do that.
Yeah.
It's because it's not anime. Continue, Andy.
Oh yeah, no. I'll keep watching it. Maybe my overall opinion will change, but right now it's just 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Because it makes me just want to read it. Like when I'm just like, oh, I'd rather just do this. Like it's like, well, then that means
I might have a similar thought next week on the podcast. Spoiler talk, I guess, for next time.
Okay, so there's my Japanimation out.
Japanimation. Graphic novel.
I also random thing. I'm like kind of back into like. Well, I guess I never really was into it. Like I'm getting into like a Lord of the Rings phase. Sort of. Yeah. So I started. I don't know if either of you care about them, or I've watched them at least even recently. I started with like Fellowship, and I watched the super, you know, the extended. Like, show me everything. I don't want anything missing.
How long are those again?
Fucking long.
I fell asleep. I forgot.
The first one is like 3 hours, 3.5. I'm pretty sure.
Only 3. That's a snooze.
But then the second one is like 4 solid 4,
wow.
And then the last one is I think is like 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like damn. But it's like. But then you think about how much you like binge a season. You're just like, I just watched 4 episodes.
That's true.
I just like thought of it that way. I'm just like, oh, it's been an hour. All right, episode over. So that's kind of how I've been enjoying it. But yeah, I fucking love it. I was just like, yeah, I love.
But you've seen it before.
Yeah, I feel like I've only really seen I've seen 2. I've seen all of them, but the last 2 I've only seen once, and it was like 2009, and I was like probably on like my computer like half watching it anyway, so I was like not really watching it. And so like I've rewatched Fellowship of the Ring a lot, which I'm like, oh, I like really know this movie, and I didn't realize because I'll like watch it on like flights too.
Oh
like,
yeah, I was gonna say.
Lord of the Rings, and I just like put it on.
Perfect.
Yeah,
just the right length.
Yeah, it's fucking long. You're gonna get stuck, and it's just like it's a really good like coming of age story. I don't know, like
that's
it's
true.
like, and that's like a coming of age, but also hero's journey, like in both. It's like, and that's why like I fucking love talk about Star Wars. Yeah, I can't help myself.
And you talk about Star Wars.
Right? You know, like, I hate it. What?
Did you know there's an anime for Star Wars?
I heard about that. And I should want that.
Easy, Frank. Don't blow his mind. He's gonna.
Do I have permission to watch this? Am I allowed?
I don't know.
But no, yeah, I fucking love it. I really love Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship especially, but like, because I barely even remember like the other two, so I'm like, but I'm like an hour into the second one, and wait, did you say you don't like them? You don't like the Lord of the Rings?
Okay, so this is okay.
Secrets.
So I remember watching Lord of the Rings, and I liked it a lot. I thought it was so interesting, and I got the DVD. I would watch it a lot of times. I think maybe the first one was out for a long time and nothing else was there, so you just watch that over and over again. I watched the second one. I was really hyped about it, and I had fun. The same thing with the third one. I'm like, oh my god, this is the best one. I don't remember much about any of them anymore. But thinking back into them, I feel like I would be very bored watching all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't think those would hold up like if they came out. Those same exact movies came out, I feel like I don't know if they would hold up. So I was curious to see, like, did you enjoy it? I feel like
he's all in.
The Fellowship. I was super into it. Like I remember thinking, like, I just like had so many moments like thinking to myself, like, I really like this. So
all in.
I just remember a lot of slow walking in the forest.
I love the slow walking in the forest.
It's been a while. I haven't seen it since I saw them in theaters.
The music that like almost puts you to sleep. And
no, that score is so good. No. I love that
My Precious being said like 100 times.
The second one begins with like a fucking Dragon Ball Z fight. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't remember that at all. I was like watching it, I was like, what the fuck is this, Goku and Cell right now? Like, I was like, I don't remember this at all, but I was like, that was like the first thing I thought of was like Dragon Ball Z fighting.
I don't remember that shit.
The fucking dragon.
I remember playing the game and that was so good.
I wanted to play those. I regret not playing those.
I don't know which one it was, but actually there was two. One that was 3D that was really good, and then I played one on like a Game Boy Advance or something. And that was pretty cool too. It was like a tactics game. I don't know.
Oh, that one I didn't play.
Yeah, that was there one on the GameCube that was like a hack and slash basically. You were like the Battle of the Five Armies or no, that's
I think that's the one because there's several Lord of the Rings, but I remember the Two Towers and Return of the Kings. That their movie, right?
Yeah.
Those two were the good because they were like hack and slash kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I've only seen them from afar, like jealously. Like I wish I could have played those games.
Yeah, because I think I have both of them, but the Two Towers I remember more. I don't know why, but I do.
To me, Lord of the Rings, it's like old school Dragon Ball Z, where like we have time.
It's One Piece out here.
And now it's like, oh no, we need to get this done in 13 episodes, right?
Dragon Ball Kaien, right? It is going right there. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I need to give it a shot, and I won't be. Maybe
you might get bored. I know a lot of people who think those movies are boring. So
I even remember buying the ring.
You bought the ring? Wow.
I had the ring. Yeah.
Damn.
And it was like a really good version of it. It had like the engraving inside and everything.
That's cool.
And I lost it right here at the field.
We can go get it
across the street.
We gotta go get it. We're on another adventure. Part 4 begins now.
It's gonna find you. It's looking for you now.
I'm laying down at night and I hear like sort of like a Jumanji song, and it's like the ring calling me. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Lord of the Rings.
All right. Well, I mean, that's fine, man.
Did you ever watch the South Park episode where they're cosplaying Lord of the Rings?
I'm sure I have. I don't remember.
And then they run into some other group that's cosplaying, and they're like, "What are you guys playing?" Harry Potter. Gay.
I kind of remember something like this.
Just vaguely.
And then my brother always makes fun of me because I was like the Harry Potter guy, and he was like the Lord of the Rings one. He was like,
Never was a Harry Potter person.
Yeah.
I don't know why we got like divided like that, because I'm like, I like both.
No, you have to pick a kid.
I mean, I guess what I just said, I can't say that I like it. But
either you're a Nintendo kid or a Genesis kid, Sega kid.
I was going to say that is exactly.
You got to do it. You have to. We're '90s kids. We draw lines. All right. We were the first console war. All right. Don't let them tease you with.
I remember I used to get so into those and get so uppt.
Oh my goodness!
I was so dumb.
That was. I remember having like cafeteria rallies for the Genesis. I was quite the nerd.
No, you really?
Yes, really. Like
wait, what?
Yeah,
is this true?
Yeah, no, okay. So I have this very kind of detailed memory, like of elementary school. of the kids, and we'd always, it was like back in the cafeteria where it's like a full bench, like, so it's like at least like 10 kids on each side, if not longer, and we're all having our lunch and whatever, and of course we're talking about video games. And then people are like, oh, Mario's better, oh, Super Mario World and Super Metroid, and then be like, no, it's Sonic and it's Toe Jam and Earl and this and that. And I'd be like, all right guys, all right. I'd be like, okay, enjoy your Final Fantasy, sure, that's good, this and that. But we have to, okay, gentlemen, platformers, Mario and Sonic, what are we picking? Oh, Sonic. All right, well, then there you go. It's the ones you see in the commercial, so you all like Genesis more. It's confirmed Sega's better. That's the one. It's the Mario Sonic. And if you're picking Sonic, well, congratulations, you're not Genesis.
What school did you go to?
The one where I was determined to make everyone a Sega Genesis fan. It was a bit of a cheerleading rally moment there for sure. That was like me running for politician office.
I was gonna say you're like lobbying.
You're like that #1 fan from Ipo.
I have a lot of Sonic merch. Well, if you gentlemen have both seen, I have a Sonic birthday invitation.
Yeah.
That's hanging on my fridge when I was a wee lad. So
do you have the headband and the drums and you're like,
I probably do. I did. I have the Sonic 3 hot ring candy somewhere still in my desk, my parents' house.
Damn.
I have a lot of Sonic merch that is weird, but I have it.
I think did you ever have like a piggy bank? We used to have like a piggy bank. We might still have it actually. If I find it, I'm gonna
care. I don't remember I having a Sonic piggy bank, but now I'm kind of mad. Why didn't I have a Sonic piggy bank?
I know. I was like, this feels like something you would have had.
I had all the toys. I had the games. I had the books. I had every school lunch pail and notebook pad and coloring book and everything else. Like I said, I had the birthday invitations. I have the napkins for the birthday.
Damn,
I still have that. It was the same design over and over again. They only had one design for the hedgehog back there, and they kept milking it. And I bought them all. Don't look at that Sonic figure behind you, Andy.
Or the one on your shirt.
Yeah, definitely not. Damn it! Shit. Good thing it's an audio podcast.
Oh my! That was the dark secret there.
Yeah, we're revealing Andy's watching anime.
I know, right? Yeah, you
hate Lord of the Rings. I think Joel did the right thing. Secrets revealed here.
In the political party in the Sega Genesis.
Boba Fett shot first. Oh, no, what was that?
No, that's
Han Solo. Han Solo.
No, it was Boba Fett.
Don't worry, they're gonna fix it. Boba Fett's gonna shoot first now.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, actually, you know what? Speaking of Boba Fett.
Oh no.
I think I talked about it last time. I'm still playing Star Wars Hunters.
Oh yes.
A lot. I've been playing it so fucking much. It's ridiculous.
I
actually spent money.
I was gonna say, how much money, Andy?
It's just $10 so far.
Okay, well that was last week's episode where apparently both Frank and Miles are committing their sins on how much money they've been spending on their gacha games.
Oh really? Where are you guys?
I'm at 30.
30.
I'm winning.
Yeah.
I don't want to know how Miles has spent too much.
I feel like I'm gonna do it again sooner than later though, because I'm just like, I get the instant gratification of all this stuff. I'm just like, ooh, look at all this stuff.
Costumes, weapons, what are we getting?
It's mostly. I mean, it's essentially all aesthetic.
What kind of game is that? Like,
sorry, yeah. So Star Wars Hunters is I mean, if we're gonna, just to simplify it, it's essentially Overwatch as Star Wars characters. So Star Wars meets Overwatch. But
Frank doesn't know what Overwatch is.
Yes, thank you.
Do you know what
Team
Fortress is?
I doubt it.
No. Well, if it's
not a JRPG, I'm not sure Frank knows what it is.
It's a team-based multiplayer.
Is it like a shooting game?
Yeah, it's a first-person. Well, this is
a Star Wars shooting game,
but it's a third-person.
You had lost me.
First, third? Huh?
Yeah, it's a third person. But no, yeah. I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say other than like. I mean, the characters I think are the most interesting
if you're shooting
thing.
you're shooting. Doesn't matter. Third one. First. Second.
Oh, it's just all shooting in general. You're not about it.
There's a serial killer. No, but I killed him in third person. Don't count.
But no, yeah, I think the I guess the characters are like the most interesting thing to me, and like they're I guess how they like operate. Like I like, and I sometimes like kind of liken them to like. I was gonna bring up Team Fortress 2, but you don't know what that is, so I'm making a reference to another thing you don't know the reference of. But
it's an Andy staple.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. Like, and then I'll also bring up Metal Gear
There's
Solid.
your loophole, Andy.
What's that?
There's the loophole. It's anime in third person.
That's great.
Now it makes sense.
So I have to be watching the anime over my shoulder, like
there you go.
There you go.
I mean, honestly, I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's just like a very fun, like online multiplayer game that I've been like addicted to.
It has a cool name, but when you describe it, you lose me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I mean, you don't have.
I haven't. I've been meaning. I know you mentioned it before, and I've been going like, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to it, and just haven't gone to it.
I mean, it's like, yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Before the end of the year, I'm doing it, Andy. I'm doing it right now. If I say it on the podcast, then I have no choice but to do it. Unless I edit this out, then I'm on scot free.
No, it's just like, I mean, it's not the most exciting thing ever. Right. It's just like, oh,
but I'm curious.
It's another fucking Overwatch,
superhero shooter thing. I liked Overwatch.
Yeah.
So in Team Force or 4-star. No, that's
Team Fortress.
Team Fortress. Yeah, that's what they did, the Dragon Ball bridge. That's what it is. Uh-huh.
So have you been playing anything else? Maybe something that would make me proud?
Have you been playing any good games, Andy?
Well, that would be a good segue into the thing, but we have to actually hear you say your week.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because I don't have anything else, really.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll move on to me.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Basically, just Genshin Impact. It's been taking over my life. I'm at work and I'm listening to videos about it. Like, okay, so what's
the strategy this week?
What equipment should I put on her? They call it artifacts, but basically it's equipment. Who should I pull for? Because I was like, it's very limited, the resources they give you. And we were talking about how you spent $10 and I spent $30, and I was like, you know what? I work.
I work hard.
Let's buy the characters, then I won't have to decide who to pull for.
There you go.
Then I looked at how much it costs to buy just 10 pulls. It's $30.
Damn.
And
to get someone, to have a 50% chance to get someone,
I was saying that's no guarantee.
You have to spend that 9 times.
Oh my god.
To get
a guarantee
for sure.
Yeah. And then it's 50-50.
Oh.
So I think
70%, was it 70% it works all the time?
Miles might have mentioned it already, but basically once every time you roll for a character, there's a chance you'll get it. But if you are super unlucky, at the 90th you're gonna get it for sure. So you have to do 90 wishes to get a 5-star character. But if it's the first time, you're your first 90, there's the banner. There's a 50% chance that it goes for the banner character, and a 50% chance that it goes for a crappy other one that nobody wants. So you actually have to do it another 90, and then your second time, it's for sure you'll get the banner character.
Wow.
So that would be spending probably $300, and then another $300 if you're unlucky with the 50-50.
That's really unlucky.
You would have to get 180 pulls unlucky to spend that much. And I'm like, okay, I work, but
I don't work that much.
I don't work for Google or Apple.
Because if you did, you get those discounts.
I don't work for NVIDIA. So I decided to just be like, okay, never mind. Free to play it is. I was trying to support. I was trying to you know what?
Give the developers a little money.
Yeah, but you know what? Make people spend $30 or something or 20. But to have to spend over 100 and not even guaranteed to get what you want, that's maybe a little too greedy in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm I was even considering getting the monthly pass kind of thing.
Oh, season pass kind of thing.
Where it's every day they send you some, what do you call it?
Bonuses, items, enhancers.
Yeah, bonus. They call them primogens. Basically, that's what you use to wish. So they send you more daily. And it's worth it. It's $5 and they send you a certain amount every day, and it's worth it. But I was so disappointed with the prices of the other stuff. I'm no, now I'm not gonna do it.
You won't get a single dime from me.
No. You're taking advantage of people.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait and just really be careful about who I choose, because that's all I got.
Gotta cut yourself off, Frank. That's a smarter thing to do. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Miles is weak.
I was almost there.
I know the stuff they show off in these games though. There was the new season. They have a fucking Ewok on an ATST, and I'm like, oh my god, I love that. That's the best character to release, an Ewok on an ATST. And then they get little outfits, so you can dress it. You can have its ATST look like an X-wing, and he's dressed like an X-wing pilot.
Wow. And
it's just oh, I fucking hate it, but I love it so much. I want that.
Do they have a season pass too over there?
Yeah, they got stuff like that.
Everyone's got a season pass.
Yeah, and I'm just oh, I gotta just wait, because if you wait an extra season, then the character, obviously you have access to it, but you have to wait those seasons. And I was no, I want Boba Fett now. So then I got him.
I just think about like all the people that pay. I'm like, damn, what do they do? What's going on? How?
Oh, like they keep on paying for it? Like
yeah,
stuff?
like, and I see people like, whoa, when I think about how much they spent.
Right. Yeah.
They're crazy.
Like, are they royalty?
Maybe. Yeah,
they must work for Google or Apple. Someone has to.
Fighting the emperor's son somewhere.
Someone. Because, people drop. I mean, you think about it, it works apparently, which is so crazy to me because I remember when the idea with like free to play came out, I was always kind of confused about that model business wise, but apparently it's working. And of course, everyone wants to do that, right? Everyone wants to have some kind of, season pass and guarantee, people, game companies, publishers, they don't want to have like, here's the $60, $80 for the video game and it's done. It's like, okay, here's $60, $80. And then the season pass, extra Christmas or Halloween costumes, got to pay a little bit extra just for those and this and that. Because I know I was pretty bad about that during like the Call of Duty when the first Warzone came out. I was pretty good, but I liked it back then because back then if you bought the Battle Pass and you completed the Battle Pass, you would get enough points to get the next season Battle Pass for free, basically. So to me, it seemed like, that made sense. If I dedicate the time to it, I'll get more out of it, and you just keep going and going and going. And of course, they want you to keep going and going because then they're hoping one day there's going to be that one little roadblock or that one little item that you really, really want. You're like, well, fuck it, give it. Here's my money, just give it to me because thankfully I wasn't playing at the time, but they recently had a Gundam pack, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, fuck. But I was strong. I held off. But when Black Ops 6 comes out, I think I'm going back in.
I don't know. I wonder if they lower the prices, would it be better for them? Because I can't be the only person that thinks this. So maybe like they'll get more volume and maybe, or I don't know. I just feel like
I never thought about it, but like I said, the only one I could think of is Call of Duty, and I guess Call of Duty never. I mean, I would do things where like, if I bought it. If I bought Xbox money at Target and Target had a deal on the thing and I used my credit card on the Target, I would like, in a weird way, I told myself I got a discount buying like the battle passes and other things like that. But like, I guess there isn't really like something like for free to play games or live services, whatever you want to call them these days. That is a good point you asked there, Frank. Why don't they?
I don't know. I mean, if I would have seen these prices before, I would have not bought that alternate Costco. I would have been just so upset about it. But besides me flipping out over the prices, I'm still in Sumeru, and I think I finished it, and it still sucks. The story still sucks.
Didn't get better.
It's just...
Wait, what is this game?
Genshin Impact.
It's like one of the islands or levels. There's like different worlds, and they keep adding worlds.
Oh, okay.
This was me last week on the podcast. What are we talking about? Oh, I see. So it's nice to be. See, I've been here, and now I'm catching up. I'm learning. I'm the master now.
The ending got a little better. But I am getting used to the music, and I'm like enjoying it now.
Oh, okay. Brainwashing you, but that works.
Yeah, it's maybe like 2 songs are like really good for me. But I'm looking forward to the next area. Hopefully the music's great. But first I'm trying to like get all the chests and collectibles and stuff. So yeah, that's basically all I'm doing. I'm stuck there and I wander around and curse the prices, and then
then I turn it on again. Yeah. And the iPad didn't explode on you this week?
No.
Black Friday around the corner, Frank. Gotta keep an eye out.
And every day I'm like, should I go to Best Buy to get that iPad?
Could be you.
I'm like, no.
There actually might be deals this week if you're really determined, Frank. You have that Amazon stuff, and usually if Amazon's doing, then everyone's doing some kind of sale.
Yeah. I mean, you tell me.
I'm your drug dealer out here. I got the good stuff right here, Frank.
I might just, let me look it up right now. Yeah. I mean, every day I'm like, you want to go to Best Buy, brother? Is there nothing you want there?
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was his birthday recently, and I'm like, are you sure you want to go to Best Buy and maybe look at something for you?
Yeah.
And at the same time, we're like, since we're here.
If we're here.
It's not every day you're at Best Buy.
There you go.
That's true.
Last week I think I might have mentioned, I bought some Ninja Turtles for my nephew.
I don't think we know this one, I don't think.
And I was like, well, since I'm here, I might as well get Zelda.
I thought they don't sell games at Best Buy anymore, though.
What is it? Because I haven't been there in...
It's...
Oh, okay.
I
was under the impression it was, because that was like, now I really...
It's very limited. I haven't been in a Best Buy in a minute, but the last time I was when they really like cut down the store in like half, depending on which one you go to around here. And yeah, it's very limited. Like it's like if it's like I know they got rid of like music and movies,
Yeah.
I do think they have a small.
What are they doing?
They have a small selection.
It's like appliances and
it's
and
weird. There's one I went to, and it was almost like it was more of a warehouse, like online focus of like, we expect you to put an online order, and you can either pick it up yourself like in a locker, or we'll bring it out to you in your car if you want. But like the idea of walking in and like looking around the store and like shopping what you want or need, or you're curious, is this good or bad? It's like an afterthought.
Stores are becoming weird like that. And I hate it.
The future.
There's this McDonald's next to my work, and I used to go. But now they're like, oh, you gotta order a screen. I'm like,
yeah, they really don't want you to interact with the people there anymore.
So stupid. And then they have a line at the screen, and there's someone there helping them with the screen. I'm like, well, you could have just been helping us with the order instead of helping us figure out this touch screen.
Yeah.
And now I just don't go because I'm like, no, if you don't have someone to take my order, then I'm not going.
Right. It's weird. And that's similar for me. Another McDonald's also by my work. And, I go through the drive-thru, and do you have a mobile? I'm like, no. And every time mobile, I'm like, no, I don't have mobile. And then like I realize like all the deals are on the mobile app thing, and they really want you to use the mobile stuff. And I finally caved in because I felt like I was the one weirdo out there. I felt like the old man, like, can I send like a, whatever McNuggets there, like an old fossil. Meanwhile, all the kids are on the apps and ordering away and this and that. So I finally kind of caved in and been like, okay, I guess if I want the fastest and the best prices, I guess I have to do the app shit. And everyone's got an app now. So
I wanted to do that because they had a Genshin Impact thing.
Oh, yeah, Miles did do that. Miles definitely did
McDonald's
do that.
McDonald's had a Genshin Impact thing?
Yeah, they had like...
Oh, wow. I didn't know it went that deep.
They even had, the
I don't know if it's
Jujutsu
over yet.
Kaisen, and they had like that generic anime theme this year. They're all in on the animes this year. It must do very well for them, or someone in marketing is like a giant anime nerd.
Yeah, and they're like, this will sell.
Yeah, so it'll sell with kids. And meanwhile, it's like, I don't know, I just wanted more Genshin shit for myself.
Yeah, I just didn't want... I got the app, and then ask me for information. I'm like, never mind.
And that's and that's what they'll want. Once you get the app, because they want your information. Because then, of course, now they can tell everyone your name and your address and your phone number and email address.
That's a little scary.
That's not what I was worried about. I was just lazy.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, sadly, I do know that for you. But yeah, that's like the scary part. And that's why they give you the deals and the incentive to get, because like that's you save the most money by doing that, because they don't care about, you saved $1 off that cheeseburger. They care about, now I'm going to sell your information to so and so on the internet to Marketing Joe, and Marketing Joe's now going to send me more pictures of hamburgers or whatever coming my way. So because this and that's because the internet, yay.
Oh well, it's here. Can't avoid it.
Yeah, so that's my week. Ended on a strong note.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Well, I mean, you kind of were. You were almost setting it up to the next segment, right? With your experience at Target.
Oh, sure. That's what I was doing.
That was the transition. That's what we're going for.
Because the main thing is Zelda, and
yes,
and we're gonna figure out what we thought about it.
Yeah.
So pause for commercial, and then
the commercial is someone coughing.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh man, they're both so dry. If only I had some nice cough drops to soothe me.
Well, now you're in luck.
Well, Andy, what do you got in your hands over there?
I have a clear me throat.
Ooh, clear me throat. Tell me more.
God, let's fast forward this commercial.
Is there an app I can use to download this?
I'm glad you asked. We have 5 apps.
All right, let's start. Sorry, I said that. Andy, I want to hear from you first, because I don't hear your voice often, and
well, I guess I kind of want to start with.
I need to record it more.
I guess I kind of wanted to really gauge where you're all at in the game, like progression wise.
Oh, like, are you far?
So you know how every Zelda game has like this is the beginning part, and then I finished the beginning part.
I'm probably basically there.
Oh, really?
Because that's where I ended the. So you get like the first area to explore and complete, and then it suggests you to go to other locations.
Yeah.
I've been to those 2 other locations.
Oh, really?
Yes. So that's how far I've gone. So I'm maybe farther than you, or?
Well, maybe I'm defining it differently.
Okay.
Okay, let me rephrase this.
Let's go back.
Well, you guys are making this way too complicated. How many dungeons have you done?
Oh, there you go.
See, that's why you're the host this week, Frank. You get it.
God damn it, Frank. All right, you got me. You're right.
I have completed 3 temples dungeons.
There you go.
Yeah.
You
3 temples dungeons.
I'll start because I've done the least.
Okay.
All right. So I was actually scared to play this game from watching the trailer because if you remember, we talked about it, how I was not happy with Zelda's powers. And how I didn't like that she could copy stuff and then like, oh, let me just search the menu and see what
right, what do I need?
Yeah. I actually saw a little picture on Facebook that it was about this game, and it was Zelda with her wand, and she's like, just throw random shit at you. Like, and it's just, that's what it is.
There's a lot of things, that's for sure.
So I was like, oh man, we just had this in Tears of the Kingdom. I needed something different, and I just wanted like, okay, fireball, 8 different items for Zelda, and then that's it. We're good.
Your more traditional Zelda.
Yeah. Not Chat GPT Zelda.
Put everything in it.
What's gonna work here? Table, this brown table? No, let's get the blue table.
Get all the tables, all the chairs, all the beds.
So that was my fear. I'm like, thankfully, it went away once I started. I'm like, oh, you know what? I do like Zelda.
All right.
And I had a weird first experience with it because technically I have not played the beginning, but I beat the first dungeon.
Did someone else come in and play for you?
Yes.
Okay. Try to figure. Okay, I have to translate for Frank here and think about it. Let me figure this out.
So I was with my niece, and I'm like, "Do you want to play?" And she was like, "Yes." I'm like, "Oh, I'm surprised."
You just says no.
This is not Minecraft, right?
No Roblox.
So she was playing, and she played the first part with Link, and she beat the Ganon. And after Ganon, she was exploring some, and that's where she stopped. So I didn't play the very beginning.
I feel like that's okay though.
But you saw her do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you just twitched it.
Yeah. I can't say that I played the game because
I don't know, but the
Japanimation will get me. I did like that he had like full hearts.
Oh yeah,
it was like full power.
Oh yeah,
it was just Metroid.
Yeah.
He's like cannot be defeated.
And then he's gonna fall and slip, and then there goes all his powers and abilities, just like Samus. They're so clumsy.
What else? Then I played it like 5 minutes and I fell asleep. And I'm like, I gotta be full power for Zelda. I can't, do this half-assed.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Half butt.
Hey, that's my smart. Okay, there you go.
Half butt.
I'll get that out. Don't
Came
worry.
back the next day and I half played it. You want to translate?
You have played it.
Half
played it.
Half.
Okay, so more sharing?
Yes, now my nephew came along.
Of course.
And he was like, my turn. And I'm like, do you want to play? He's like, yeah, all right, fine, get over here. So I gave him one of the joysticks and I had the other one.
Oh, wow, we're doing some co-op now.
Yeah, co-op Zelda. This is what I do.
Wow, just the way they design it.
I've been playing co-op Zelda since the Wii.
Okay.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So this is how you play co-op Zelda with the Wii. You know how you have the Joy part,
remote,
and then you have the Wiimote. So the more experienced person has to move Link,
right? And
the child or
the younger sibling or younger gamer
has to do the actions. So either swinging in that game or the attack. Press the A button, choose the items, and so you guide them like, hey, attack now. He was like, okay, is it this one? Okay, yeah, that one.
There you go.
And it works. And it's
teamwork here.
I'll tell you, it made it more challenging.
Well, because I have to imagine, like, isn't it also like the cameras on that side? And so what if the camera's like,
I don't know where to go.
And I'm like, I have to tell him, stop doing that.
A little coaching.
And I you know what? I'm not proud of this, but I got frustrated with him because I was like, press A. This one? Yes. Okay, he pressed it. Press A again. This one? Okay, are you messing with me? Because
hasn't moved.
Don't play with me. This is not a game.
It literally has an A on the button.
I mean, he can't read. He's like 3 years old.
Excuses.
But I'm like, hey, man, I have, I expect more out of you.
Not gonna go to Harvard like this.
I told him that. I don't know if he understood me. And I said, if you're going to play around, then I'm not going to let you play.
This is a video game. There's no playing around in video games.
Yeah. This is
when I say magic, you do magic. When I say jump, you jump. And when I say press A, press A. But don't press A if I'm still reading, okay?
I'll tell you next page.
Yeah, because he was like pressing it, like, okay, now you press it a lot. Now you know where the button is.
Oh, now you found the A button.
So yeah, I've been playing with him, and it's hard. The fun part is that he gets really excited about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you find a chest, and it's like a green rupee. He's like, yeah, green diamond.
It's a lot of money.
And then we like high five over like we killed a Bokomoblin. Or yeah, that was a hard one. Yeah,
it was a big boss.
Especially since you kept spamming everything, and the monsters appeared before I got to even hit them. So what should have taken us 30 seconds or even 5 seconds took us like 2 minutes. But gosh. You know, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Come a long way, kid.
So this might explain why I'm only done with one touch.
that would explain slowing you down. Yeah, this is considering the last time we had a Zelda and Frank basically beat it on like the next day after the game came out.
That's true.
There you go. I guess the co-op wasn't happening on Tears of the Kingdom.
No, it wasn't. Tears of the Kingdom was how long ago now?
Last year.
Yeah, it was pretty recent.
He was 2.
Like, oh my god, only think about it.
So he could barely walk. He was more on the I'm observing phase. So, whew.
Well, that's funny.
And then my niece is
that's
just
a new
like,
way to play. Wow.
Yeah, you know, if you have kids or
just steal something for your
just random kids.
Hey, kid, want to play a game?
Across a random kid.
You come in my house.
Tell your mom I'm nice.
I have a new Zelda.
What's a Zelda? Shut up, next kid.
Do you know what A is? What about B? X, Y? Okay, you're good.
Get in here.
But so that was my early experience, and I beat the first dungeon, which I can't remember what was it. I remember fighting Link.
Yes.
And that was cool because he was kicking my butt. I was like, damn, why does he block everything? I thought I had these, foolproof monsters, and
he's a smart guy.
You guys suck. Have fun. Like, I did not expect to have transformations in this game, which is, I'm wondering if there's going to be another one.
Sure, it looks like there could be.
Then it was like, you should go here and here. I'm like, oh no, why are you giving me choices? Please.
It's only 2 though.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, and guess what happened? I drifted, and I was like, I can still go this way. I kept going. Suddenly I'm in the forest, the lost forest. And I'm like fighting this monster who's as big as Big Mom. He was like, wait, that guy's like 6 Zeldas big. 6 Zeldas. And then I ran into Death Mountain.
Oh shit, you're going on all.
I have the whole map pretty much.
This is in Tears of the Kingdom, right, Frank?
Yeah. I was in the jungle.
He's still on that mode. Got to explore and adventure.
Swam with the Zora. I'm like, why am I not limited to?
You got to stop me, game.
Yeah, there needs to be a bush where I need a fire.
You got to learn cut to get through.
Yes, and it's like I'm using trampolines and I could get everywhere.
Oh yeah, I use the trampolines.
I love my trampoline.
You know what I do? Beds and trampolines. Mm-hmm. Beds are great. I sleep in them when I need power.
Yep.
And
they get you like across.
They're only worth 1.
I got so many bridges of beds.
Yeah. I did not expect to be using the bed that much. Mm-hmm. It's like definitely my most used.
And I was like stupid. Like, I don't want to learn table. I don't want to learn box. I don't want to learn bed. And that's the stuff I use the most.
That's all I need. Everything else is garbage.
I don't use none of the monsters. The only monster I use is that roly-poly one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's fast.
Indeed.
And my nephew does not press the button fast enough to like negate. Because the Bokomoblin, he has the spear, he's strong. And then like right where he's gonna attack, my nephew's like, new one.
Too long.
And he's like, this is gonna make you die faster.
Like, no, you're just like restarting you're restarting that practice all over.
And then I get stuck because they're in my way and I can't run away. And then we die and I'm like, see, this is your fault.
Look what you did.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, maybe I'm exploring too much. There's some things that I'm like, I don't know how to solve it. And I'm like getting frustrated. I'm like, am I not supposed to be here? Or am I stupid?
Yeah, it's hard to
that is sometimes I do think I'm thinking like, can I solve this or can I not solve this? And I don't know, but usually so far I've been able to solve it.
Yeah.
I don't think I found a situation where I've yet to Well, there was one dungeon room or like a treasure chest in one of the temples. I could not figure out how to get to that chest.
Oh, I feel like I know what you're talking
about. That's the only one that I think I saw on a map, and I noticed like, well, how do you get there? If I saw it, I'm like, I'm gonna figure out how to get there.
Let me see. There's the one I'm thinking that's very early on, and there's like a gate in the way. There's a treasure to the left, and there's a button in to the right, and then there's a rock underneath the button. And you know how you can press X and then you move the rock like telepathically?
Right.
But I can't move it to the button because the cage is in the way and I just can't like extend myself. So I'm like,
And it was like early on in the game?
Yeah, it was like going towards the Zora dungeon.
I don't remember. I might have not seen it. I don't know.
That's another possibility too.
I was hoping you guys had something. The whole reason I came was just to see.
I just wanted to get this one puzzle out of the way. I cannot figure it out.
Can you help me solve this?
Yes.
It sounds like you went on some crazy ass direction.
Oh yeah. I was like collecting acorns. I was collecting mangoes.
I wanted to ask because I know you usually play like Zelda like hardcore mode. Did you immediately switch the difficulty or no? Did you leave?
Is there another difficulty?
Yeah, you can play like hard mode.
No way.
Yeah, it's just like in the menu.
Where is this?
I guess I didn't see that either.
Are you sure you bought the same game?
Yeah. I mean, it's got Zelda in it.
The one with the one actually playable Zelda.
Yeah, the one with Zelda.
Whoa.
Not talking that. Yeah, no, you can. And then have you been like avoiding the hearts too? That's
no. I mean, cause the thing is, like, I was like, okay, if my cousin, if my nephews are gonna play it with me, I might as well like give them the best shot.
Give my fighting chance.
I'm gonna play it again and then do the three heart thing.
Yeah.
And then
and that was because I was gonna ask, did you do 3 hearts and hard mode? Because that would be like. That would be crazy.
I do want to. I will do that now. I will do that.
It's on the list.
I now my name is not Frank.
You will do that.
Yes.
And you can imagine that you have the silver clothes and everything, and this is the special
There you go.
clothes.
This is how you get it this time, Frank.
You don't need it. If you never get hit, you don't need it.
There you go.
That's true.
That's well,
this is the elusive samurai in action.
So elusive.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah.
But my idea was like I'll beat it the first time, and that way I won't feel bad about trying to collect everything.
Yeah.
Try to collect everything, and then we'll do the real playthrough. I talk to every NPC.
I feel like I do that too much.
I talk to the cats. I'm like, damn it, you have nothing useful to say.
I know. I'm like, what you want them to like? Maybe one of the cats will say something.
You don't know.
Gonna be one.
Did you see a chicken on top of a house and like? No.
I don't think so.
Not yet. I think
so.
in
like Karakuri, whatever.
Oh, I haven't gone over there yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
Kakariko?
Yeah, that sounds.
No, I don't know if it's
Kakarot.
Kakarot? What?
I used to call it Kakarot Village. Not gonna lie.
It's a lot easier.
So there's like the classic quest where like, oh, the chickens ran away. Get them back in my cage.
Yeah,
so I can eat them later. So I was doing that, and then there's one on top of the house. Like, God dang. How do you get up there?
Stupid chicken.
I only have so many trampolines.
So many trampolines.
The one thing I use so much that I like, I guess generally when I first found it, is that the thing that spins, like the
plant thing.
Yeah, the big monster spinning
takes too long.
But I was just like, yes, I finally get to use this on someone else because it's like my least favorite thing. Any ocarina is that thing coming at you, and it's like, can't do anything about it, and I'm like, now you get a wrath.
Now you do.
And I feel like it's pretty strong, actually.
It's not bad. I've used it a handful of times when it's just like an enemy, like, I don't wanna just get them all.
Yeah, it does take a while for it to like start up. But,
True.
But I don't know. Like I feel like, and I don't know if this is anything that like if you've read it in discourse, but like I'm like, this almost feels like it could have and maybe would have made more sense as a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like. These are all like little things you're capturing, so it's like, oh, this could be a Pidgey, and this could be just
like an action Pokemon game.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is kind of how that could look like.
Instead of making like turn-based, they're like, oh, I summon you.
Yeah,
and it does one thunderbolt.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then just like kind of runs around and does its thing, and I was like, oh, that would have. I mean, I guess that would have been a little more. You would have had to put more thought into each item because then it'd be like, oh, this like all these items I gotta fucking think about. It's like, oh, but in Zelda, it's just this is a bed.
Yeah.
You can sleep in this bed. It's not like, this is your Charizard and it will evolve at level blah, blah, blah.
Right, that's true. The bed's still going to evolve to a bed.
Bigger bed.
Hey, that purple bed gives you like one full heart.
That's true. They are a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
It costs more to summon, though. I can't. It's a smaller bridge. I need bigger bridges.
Do you feel like it's almost like it? And sometimes it feels unfair, like all the things I have access to. If that makes any sense, it's like I feel like I should be limited to like how much I can just be like, I want hearts right now. I'm gonna go in this bed, or like this. Like if something's coming at you, like I shield myself, like this thing will always kill. You know what I mean? But right. I guess it's just like I'm early in the game still, so maybe I don't know. Does that not resonate with either of you?
I think so. I think this game does a pretty good job, and maybe I don't know how of like the balance between like. As Frank mentioned, there's more puzzles here than usual. And, but there's always puzzles in a Zelda game, but even more now in this one.
Which I like.
And I do like that as well. And there's so many ways to solve set problems. And sometimes, like I said, the easy one is just make more beds. Beds, you get across, boom, you're done. Right? You can't go wrong with beds. But, you could get a little bit more complicated and unique if you really want to, like the trampoline. Then you put like a tree and you bounce on the tree and then you bounce off that and you just keep stacking yourself upwards in this way and that as more things you unlocked. So I think it does a pretty good job of like, the kid, here's like, you'll see the chest on the map and like, oh, just make beds and boom, oh, I got 50 rubies, right?
Yeah.
But you'll see that one treasure chest, it's like, how the beep do I get over there? Yeah. And if you do figure out, now they'll give you 100 rubies because, it's like, this is like the adult challenge puzzle of the dungeon, right? So I do like there's like different degrees of challenges in a lot of the temples of like, here's the easy one, but can you do the hard one? You're like, let me see if I can. And so far, I'm surprised because usually I don't go for like that bait or that challenge, but I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna get that fucking treasure chest, and I know it's just gonna be rubies or some damn watermelon or something for smoothies, but I want that damn chest, and I will not be outsmarted by this child's game.
Yeah, it's true.
Speaking of games, have you done the Acorns game?
Which one's that? It sounds familiar, but I can't.
It's the one where the guy's like, "Can you collect all the acorns?" and you gotta go around the map.
Is it just
No?
I've seen so much more than me.
I think there's one I did. Is there more? Because there was one where I think, but it was like just on the river. I want to say.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Okay, I've only seen the one, so also it's a whole.
Have you gotten
thing.
The stamps?
I've seen some stamps.
Like 3 stamps.
I finished one card.
The stamp guy's fun.
I do like the little inside comments of like, even if you're the only one playing this game, he's like trying like that is funny. It's like that little like. I don't know, like Majora's Mask or whatever.
Yeah.
In a Zelda game, sometimes you sneak in.
Yeah.
So I do like, and the text get really small too.
I don't know if he says this on the first one or the second time you finish the card, but he goes like, "All right, you get to hear more about my backstory," and then he waits a while and he goes, "Wow, I thought you were gonna have a happy expression or something. I guess you don't care. I won't tell you." Something like that.
I know what you mean. No, he has some good dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that in my Zelda game, so it's good to see. We got a little bit of that in here.
Never mind, you show no interest.
I swear to God, the first time he came down, I was like, oh my God, that's Tingle. I thought it was Tingle.
A little bit,
bad.
yeah.
I was like,
I can see that.
Oh my God, is it Tingle? But it wasn't.
God, glad it's not.
He's dead.
I do like the stamp guy though. He's funny.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it. I think it's kind of like it makes you think that there's gonna be a song you recognize, and then it just changes. Like, that's not how the song goes.
That's a little different.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me? You're teasing me.
Just play the notes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that when my niece was first playing it, she was doing like the whole tutorial. Like, okay, now you learn the table, and it makes you use the table, and now you learn the box. You have to use the box. She was at a certain point. I'm like, "Do you need help?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, "You need help." Are you sure? If you need a hint, you can ask me. "Oh, I'm good." I'm like, it's been forever. And I'm like, come
you
on,
don't know what the
ask me. I'll
take the assist.
Finally, she asked me, and I'm like, well, maybe you need a bed since you just learned the bed. And then she started using the bed in the wrong spot, and I'm like, all right, you have the right idea, just the wrong spot. And then finally she went where she was supposed to go, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then she couldn't get up there, and I'm like,
I'll take the control.
Oh my
God.
So that was my experience. A
lot of different degrees of challenges in this game.
Yes. I don't know now if I should like wait for them or avoid playing when they're around.
Oh, Switch is all out of power again. Can't you plug in the TV? Punches the TV. Oh, TV's not working anymore.
I do like give them excuses, and then it's like, can I play? And I'm like, well, you haven't eaten yet. They go eat, and then can I play? Well, you haven't washed your hands yet.
Never ending.
Did you brush your teeth? All of them? That one in the back?
You have to go to bed first.
And then they come like, look, I wash my hands. And it's like, all right, fine. You got me.
Damn it.
You haven't done your homework.
So do they get excited because it's like, oh, it's the new game? Like, I want to play this new game.
Or is it just a game?
Or is it like because it's Zelda?
No. Well, the little one gets excited because he just gets excited for anything. And the older one knows about Zelda, but she's more of like in her own world, like Minecraft and Roblox and all that. So she's not like super excited. It's not like oh my god, it's Zelda.
This poor generation.
You know what? You know the little blue blocks that you get that give you energy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got one of those, and then my nephew was like, Minecraft.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I'm like, yes, we got the Minecraft item.
We got the Minecraft.
Yeah, you can build things with this.
So that was my first impression experience.
So you've only done one dungeon?
I've done one dungeon. I've gotten I sniffed the second one, and I sniffed the third one.
Okay. So you went to both towns already.
Yeah, I went town on both.
Okay. I just checked it out. Hey, the Zora here. Hey, look, the what are the Gerudos?
Yeah.
They're here. All right,
See,
cool. That's it.
I've been to the Zora village, to the Seashore village. I've been to the second Zora village.
Oh yes,
I've been to the little the ones that are underground, the decks, I think they're called. They shoot like balls and they.
The deck. Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been to that village. I've been to Hyrule. I've been to.
Aren't you all?
Kakarot
Kakarot village.
And to that one, and then I went to the Gerudo. Do they have a village?
Gerudos. Yeah.
I might have not been there.
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell redheads, Frank. I know you would remember now. I know you would remember.
Saving that one for
That's
last.
podcast lore now. Come on now.
Saving that one for last.
I figured like Frank's gonna say that one for the end. Like, oh, a little get excited
this is
again.
True ending here.
Let's just stay in this village.
Blonde girl, redhead girl. Let's see what happens.
I just opened. I brought a basketball.
I did think it was interesting. Like when I was playing it, like my instinct was like, oh, they're gonna see me and like say go away. But then I was like, oh yeah. I'm Zelda. They don't care.
Yeah.
They're down that I'm here. And I was like, that's so weird.
It's always girls' night over there.
Yeah. I was like expecting to be like, oh, I gotta find a disguise now. I gotta go here and put on a veil.
They're gonna be like,
put on the dress.
I don't
and
know
everything.
if you've already seen it, but I'm just imagining that they go like, hey, Link. Oh no, you're not Link.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of been doing that.
Yeah.
But do the girls do that?
Not them, but other people.
Yeah. So they don't know Link?
No. Or
I don't know.
I guess they wouldn't, right? Because there's a board.
I don't know, maybe.
They don't like the boards.
Oh, that's right. That would be part of the lore.
You get as far as outside the village, I guess. You get outside the desert, and they throw him out.
I don't know, maybe Link secretly visited it?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, he could. He's done it before. He's played cosplay. He likes cosplay.
Yeah, I've been to too many villages.
A lot of villages, Frank. I've only been to the one or two.
I check out the shop. I'm like, nah, you guys suck.
Honestly, that's the first thing I do is like, oh, new town? What you got? Ah, fuck this place. Potions.
I feel like the interiors are kind of disappointing in some. I'm just like, I don't know. Like, it feels a little less lively.
A little bit.
But I guess it's also just kind of like the different style of like a Zelda, like a 2D Zelda
right,
versus
yes.
3D Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Where like they're not as like. Because I was thinking like, oh, like comparing it to like how expansive like Tears of the Kingdom is. Like every like, oh, that bush could have some crazy
there's something
shit
going on
but
over
it's
there.
like, but in this game it's like, oh no, it's just a little tight. It's a tight
I found
little...
stuff in bushes.
Well, no, I'm not saying like. I just feel
in
like
the game or
I feel like Tears of the Kingdom just is inherently just like a bigger game.
True. I mean, yeah.
I guess that's what I am saying.
Right.
Oh yeah. So cool. I'm enjoying it a lot. Definitely gonna try that hard mode now.
I know.
I am kind of curious. I didn't know it existed either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just pause in this there, but
that's kind of a weird spot to put it. Like
it is weird.
Yeah.
It is. Because I thought that when they just like ask you it, it's like
because I would have said yes. Heck yes, let's go.
He likes the challenge.
Were you guys I feel like when I first started, I honestly was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this game. Did you feel that way?
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't that what I said?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I thought you meant when you watched the trailer. I didn't know when you actually meant playing. I didn't realize that. Sorry, I misconstrued what you said. So when you were playing it, when you started, you were like, I don't know if I
when
like
I was
this.
playing it in third person,
in third person.
I literally that kind of did happen.
I was a little skeptical about. Well, I think. Well, there was before, because I think we talked about on the podcast when they first showed it. It must have been during the E3 event, and I think I talked about the fact of, in particular, I was like, oh, good, it's a Zelda game starring Zelda. About time we fucking did that. But at the same time, I was kind of like, oh, but she doesn't get a sword or really a weapon. She gets a bed and a chair to clobber, the enemies with, which I was kind of like, is that really what we wanted though? At the same time. But I guess getting into it now, playing my own hands, I mean, there's a very minor spoiler. You do get a sword at some point, so that does liberate that a little bit. And overall, I guess I understand the justifications of not, like what said, giving her a sword and the shield and going to town on Hyrule and this and that, saving the day. And they do give an interesting twist into the Zelda formula, going more old school to 2D, but being more puzzle based, and you collecting the Pokemons and sending them out to fight the other wild Pokemons.
Right.
And I do like it, and it does change the formula enough. The one thing I guess slightly complain early on is I feel like there's a little maybe too much things also in the game, referring to like too many things to craft and create that you're never going to really touch for reasons, and then just the so there's that, and also like the smoothie stuff is also seems like, hey, people really like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, so we have to some crafting mechanics, and the kids love Minecraft, so put some crafting stuff. And I've only used them just because it's like, oh right, I guess I make a smoothie, I guess I should use it, but it's not like I'm like, oh boy, I need to use the smoothie. It's such a great mechanic versus like in Tears of the Kingdom, it's like, oh, I'm going to hang out in the desert, I need to use this item, or I'm going over here, I need to use these items.
That part was actually fun for my nephew. He's
like, it worked. It worked. There it is. So yeah, I feel like there's just maybe it could go for a little bit of editing.
Yeah.
But I do like it, and I'm getting into it more than I thought I would. I won't lie. So it's been a little bit of a nice surprise early on.
Yeah. I think it's nice because, like, I think like you mentioned, we were all kind of a little off, but like the way it's coming out, I feel like it's very I were like, oh, like this is Zelda's first game, let's like make it something unique and like really special, and it's like, oh no, they actually really did. Like, I got to give them that. Like, this is actually like a very creative thing. Because like, I mean, when you just think about it, she just has like a magic wand essentially. Like, it's like kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, it's like a weapon in a game. It's like a magic wand that really like functions like how you would imagine that would in a game, I guess, and like summoning things.
Right.
But no, I think I like it. I guess I did feel like maybe it was like, but it was like a little too easy. But the puzzles, there's some like puzzles, they're like challenging in like a satisfying way. It's like, oh, okay.
I'll take you to a good one.
I'll show you the real puzzles.
I've been there.
Oh yeah, no, I need to keep my eye out. Yeah, I need to go run everywhere on the map because I haven't found shit.
I've explored a little bit, but like I kind of explored like, I looked at the map and it wants me to go, north or east, I think it would be. And so I was like, okay, I'll go northeast, but like I'll go a little outside that scope or go a little further in than it wants me to. But I kind of stayed in the general areas versus like,
oh, you're such a good boy.
I know. I'm just a little adventurous. So yeah, that's basically the way I've been playing, because I was kind of tempted to play it like Tears of the Kingdom, pull a Frank apparently, but at the same time I was kind of like, I don't want to get spoiled on something later on, so I was like, oh, no.
Well, that happened to you,
and that's the thing is I did that several times in Tears of the Kingdom.
Fucking wild to me.
Well, I know, I
can't believe that.
There were so many things that like I spoiled myself on, and I was just like, how did I do that? I didn't know.
I just love that you're like, what are you talking about? This thing didn't happen. It's like, yes, it did. Why else would you be here right now?
Apparently. So yes, I guess that's maybe another reason why I'm staying a little bit more on the true path this time. But I guess the first question I'm curious, since I guess Andy's a little farther or just as far as me, but which way did you go, to Zora's or did you go to the desert?
I did the desert first because I feel like for me that's always like one of the last levels I do for some reason. I don't know, well, because obviously how it used to be, just to do that. So I was like, oh, like when the new Zeldas came out, I was like, I guess I'll just still do those last, and that's what I still did. So I was like, oh, I should just go to this one first. Like, and just kind of, I guess.
I was going to do that, but then I was just like, Frank, like, but if I spoiled the best part of the game, what am I going to go look forward to? Let's go to the Zoras, let's be different.
I went to the desert also first, and then I fell off track.
You just got lost.
And then I ended up in the Zora place somehow.
How the hell did I get here?
Like, what? I was not going to come here, but okay.
Should have made that left in Albuquerque.
I know. I just, thought I was taking the 605.
No, No, it was the 4 or 5.
Oh, damn it, another 5. Too many 5s in California.
I was gonna say it was your turn next.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, early impressions, surprisingly, a good time so far. A little bit of editing would be nice, but we'll get there. So yeah, I guess for me, I went to the Zoras first, and it was kind of neat to see they had the 2 Zora groups again. Because I think the last time they were, in the Game Boy games, I want to say.
Yeah.
And I do like that a lot of this game definitely, this game is based off the Link's Awakening engine that came out, the remake that came out, which, by the way, I don't really like. But I really, really like Link's Awakening. So my expectations for that remake was really high, and it fell short to me. And so that's another reason why I was nervous about the game.
Part 2?
The remake of Link's Awakening, because
yeah.
Because this is based on the same engine, right? And the same art style and this and that. So that was another thing I'm nervous about. But the thing I do like about that overall is it does keep that aesthetic and reminds me of Link's Awakening and then the Ages and Seasons for the Game Boy games, which, as my brother mentioned before in the podcast, those were like the first Zelda games we got into because we didn't have an NES or Super NES for a long time. So those were like our first Zelda games, and so I do like they have a lot of vibes.
That's good for Zelda.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad. But I do like that. I'm thinking of those old school Zelda games, which I feel like no one's really done in a while. I mean, they did the closest would probably be the Link to the Past on the DS. What was that called? Link Between Worlds?
Oh yeah, the sequel, right? The sequel.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. That was the last time they had like more traditional 2D Zelda thing, right? Is there something I'm forgetting?
I mean, you said the remake. I feel like that's really it, right? That and the remake.
Yeah, it seems like it. So anyway, but the point being is I like that it's making me think of those games, and like I said, I have a very high regard for those Zelda games, which sometimes I feel like people don't talk about the Game Boy Zelda games enough. Everyone's always about the original and the Super Nintendo, which are also great.
Because they're all great.
And they are, hard. And that's also them. So I do like that a lot. Yeah, and then I guess without getting into details just yet, which we'll get in a sec, the other thing that is the negative thing is because this is based on the Link's Awakening remake.
Yeah.
That had issues, hardware.
Oh, yeah, and this one does too.
And it has the same problems, and it might even be worse this time around, especially when you start spawning more enemies. There's more enemies on screen, and this is happening. And boy, is the Switch showing its age really bad at this point.
Yeah.
So it's not so bad that I put down the game and I can't stand it, but it's very noticeable. And I get a little frustrated because, once again, I think of the Link's Awakening, which I was very happy about and excited for, and then very disappointed when it finally came out, and the fact they never fucking updated the game and made it actually run better. And I'm nervous we're going to do that again with this game, which really turns me off because this is like Zelda. This is a first-party Nintendo game. Nintendo needs to... It's fucking Zelda. It's hard to not, make sure this game is like perfect as can be. And it feels like it's getting the short end of the straw. And I guess the answer is, well, the Switch 2 Pro is coming out soon and it's going to be backwards compatible. So maybe now the fucking game will run the way it's supposed to run. But it's just, that's such a shitty way of thinking about it. And even more so because then I always think, bigger global aspect, if you're a female gamer and especially a young person who's like, finally a Zelda game just for me. And you see this, you're like, how come this chugs like shit? it just looks bad that this is like Zelda's first entry game, and performance-wise, it is not perfect, and it's very obviously not perfect. And I found it disappointing to see the least. So it does bum me out a little bit when it fumbles, and it fumbles a good amount.
Yeah, I kind of was noticing it the other day too, and I was like, oh. I didn't realize it was because I remember you'd mentioned that you didn't like that remake, and I guess I never really asked you why. So it sounds like, is it like these reasons more so specifically? And
it definitely didn't help.
Yeah, and you didn't like the designs?
Yeah, it's because the thing is, I get it because technically the designs are closer to what the Game Boy version looked. Yeah. But see, in my head, I always thought this game looked like how the opening cutscene is in the game, and the artwork in the game is like a real Zelda serious adventure, right? But now with that Link's Awakening on the Switch, then it's like it's a cartoon little game, it made it seem like a kid's adventure and not like a real serious Zelda. It wasn't like a real Zelda game. It's like people who wanted Twilight Princess and got Wind Waker,
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
I always thought this is a Twilight Princess. This is like a serious, serious adventure and this and that. And it's just like, no, it's a bunch of toys and it's all make believe and yay.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was a little like, how dare you insult my favorite Zelda like this? This is so real, because they, I feel like they wouldn't. Something about it.
It makes sense to me what you're saying, because like you're saying, oh, people being disappointed by Wind Waker, but we think that's bullshit because Wind Waker is its own thing.
Right.
Whereas this is already like an established thing, and it's not like, oh, if this was like a new Zelda adventure, you wouldn't think that because it wasn't already like this as a thing.
Yeah.
And then they're selling it. That's interesting. I never really thought about it like that, and I kind of that makes sense to me. It'd be like, I don't know. Yeah, like anything that you like and you have respect for, and you see it portrayed in some way, and you're like, oh, what is this? Like, this is not how we perceive this.
Exactly. It's not what I had in my head. Like, it's like, oh, this is the link. But I don't even
know if it was just, I mean, I guess, no, but that's a good point.
Yeah, so a little bit, those two combinations is the big reason I just took me out of it. But I still have the Game Boy version on like every console ever.
I want to play it. I was like playing this, and I was like, I kind of want to play that.
Super good.
Yeah.
But yes, trying to think. So I asked you what have you guys been using the most? Like the beds, sounds like the beds a lot.
I use those beds and the trampolines.
The trampolines a lot.
The armadillo.
I never use the armadillo.
What's your weapon of choice over there, Andy?
Well, when I'm doing close quarter, I do although I think I'm realizing it's weak as hell, but it's the spike ball. I go like, it's kind of like a hit, like if you want to do like a close combat hit,
right?
Is what it feels like. But then like normally I just shoot that thing that I was talking about, the thing that goes.
Oh, the big plant. Yeah. I was using that for a while.
I just always like, get him. What you did to me, do to them.
Revenge.
And then I'm like, usually it works pretty well. And then like in the water, I don't know if you've got the shark, but that shark is powerful. When I first came across it, it was destroying me.
That stupid shark was giving me a run.
I know, but then you get it, and that's like the cool part. You're like, now I can.
And yet the funny part, I never really used it that much, surprisingly enough.
Not even in the water?
No, I end up using just the regular fish guys more.
Oh, I guess they're probably fast.
The problem is, it seems like the other thing that's a slight negative, not the end of the world, but sometimes the enemy and the lock-on mechanics they have, sometimes it's still kind of wonky, at least for me, where it's like, sick 'em boy, or whatever enemy you got there, and they're attacking like a moth on the other side. What are you doing? No, that thing over there, stupid. The thing I'm locking onto? The thing that's trying to kill me and I'm dodging? Kill that thing, you dummy!
That's true.
So yeah, but it works more often than not. But there's a few times where it's just the I'm thinking like the Z targeting worked on the 64, right?
Yeah,
a little bit better. But I went to the Zoras, like I mentioned. I don't know. I like I said, I do like the kind of fetchy, questy part of it. I know some people might get a little tedious of it, but it's the adventure part of the game. And I like how you're kind of more of a mysterious figure of like, who is this girl out there with this magical hood? Who is she doing these things and this and that? And also I'm getting like Mario Galaxy vibes with the little sprites or stars, and you're just kind of saving them, collecting them.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, I was like, I guess I'm Rosalina. What's happening now?
Right.
So, but yeah, surprisingly enjoying it a lot, and the puzzles, and I like I mentioned before, the difficulty levels of like something really basic that more younger kids do, but then if you want a challenge, there's a challenge here if you want to be, and then the weapons of choice. Yeah. The spike bomb little guy has been like my go-to thing, especially when it comes to like, oh shit, this thing's coming up, spike bomb. Just like
wait, Spike, was it the one I was talking about?
Yeah, I think so. The ones you find like usually on the beach.
Yeah.
I forget what they're called. Yeah, but I always think of them because they're all over in Link's Awakening.
Oh.
So another like easy one I like that I get nostalgic for.
Yeah.
But that's always like my oh crap, he's right on me. Just like a smoke bomb.
One thing I guess. One thing that is sort of annoying is like navigating through the weapons. I feel like it's just kind of like,
that was gonna mention
like,
that.
I don't know, how do you feel like, because it's I feel like it's as convenient as can be, but I still like, I'm like, it's like going through like a book. I mean, it's very fast, but it's just like, whoa, there it is. And then I'm like, I mean, it's nice that they can switch between like most use, because there's something,
but it needs more.
Yeah, it just feels very messy.
Yeah, it's just that's like editing, because the only way to fix it is either pull like a whole menu out and see everything, which I guess you can do, but it takes you out of the gameplay a little bit more. So, but I guess you'd kind of do that also in Tears of the Kingdom and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I was a little bit more like forgiving about that in those 3D ones than versus this 2D one. I don't know, but yeah, it does need something, because I end up what do you guys use? I use like the most I've used. I think that's the list I usually just scroll through versus like switch the list, because I get too confused. And I just always because it's always like trampoline, the spike guy, maybe the table, some beds, of course my beds all the time. I also started to use the which I guess you get, must be in the Zora, must be with the water block things. I've been like doing a lot of like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was kind of confused, because sometimes it looks like you can't summon those things, but there are a lot of times you can't summon them, and you could get like really tricky and weird about it, because if they're all connected and the last one breaks, they kind of all break. But somehow if you go on a diagonal pattern, they won't break, so you could kind of like do some crazy shit with it.
Like you can like jump like higher.
Yeah,
higher,
you could just keep like stacking away and just cross over areas that you probably shouldn't be able to using that ability.
Wow.
So yeah, that was one thing I realized, like, wait a minute, if I do it straight in a line, it won't work. But if I do, left, then right, like a, checkerboard pattern, it won't break the loop. So you can kind of keep going doing that technique.
That's interesting.
And there's no fall damage in this game either, I don't think, when you fall off the world map.
Fallen very far, but I jumped pretty high once and it was fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, and which is good, I guess. It makes the game easier once again for the younger kids. So
yeah.
It does feel sometimes maybe a little on the safer side.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's a little bit more for the adults, so it still, does a pretty good job balancing it. But yeah, it's definitely more, the Minecraft, Roblox generation. It feels like, with look at all these things you can do and this and that. And like I said, it's cool and neat, but at the end of the day, you just need like the same 5 things and you're gonna beat most of the game using those 5 things.
Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, it's nice. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same thing we were saying about Tears of the Kingdom 2. It's like, I was saying, I just build the ship and then I just fly across. That's all I really do. I'm just like flying across the levels and stuff. And
the game goes, nope, no more. You're done flying.
Yeah,
no more flying.
Hey, I don't care how much.
I don't care.
You got.
What's the point of the batteries?
Whoa. I mean, this is bullshit. Shut it down.
You can't fly across this map. I'm trying to think. Was there anything else on my mind I was thinking about for this particular episode in the first opening chapters? So yeah, and like I do like the story beats and a little bit of funny humor, which again I feel like you don't see as often in the main series games. Maybe the only thing that comes to mind is Skyward Sword with the Biff character, whatever his name was, Goose.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot a lot of that game.
Yeah, that was the only thing I remember is the story, because that was the only thing I liked about it. I still have the Switch version too. Maybe it's better. It can't be worse, I imagine. I hope.
It's funny. I remember I talked to Tone, or he said he liked, because we were talking about how like we hated it. He's like, oh no, but it's really good on the Switch. I think I remember him saying.
Like I said, can't be worse. So,
yeah.
I have it, so eventually I'll check it out at some point. My favorite enemy now is I don't know if you guys stumbled on the wolf or whatever. There's a big wolf I found. I think because that one's like I kind of went on like a detour and I was like, oh shit, it was like pretty strong.
Oh shit. No.
So I somehow managed to beat it and kill it, and so now I have it as my own. And nice. It's been my go-to. Go get him, boy.
Oh, really?
When those damn targeting works when it wants to. He's pretty. At least he's fast. So if he swings and misses, he'll get it right the next time. Oh, and I hate those stupid. What do they call it? The mummy guys in the desert that scream and freeze you.
Oh yeah, those are frustrating.
It's like the whole screen is like, whole screen, come on now.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, I was just like, man, I don't remember. I knew they were kind of tough and annoying, but damn.
Yeah.
They got better this time, apparently. Been working out.
I think I tried to use one and it wasn't screaming. I'm like, what the hell, you're useless. Like, you're supposed to scream.
It doesn't scream and it's so slow.
It's like already dead.
And yeah, by the time before it screams, it's already dead. It's like, you worthless piece of crap. And that's what it is. Like, it feels like, and surprisingly, the crows have been pretty good for me. And they drop rubies a lot. I don't know if it's just a crow thing or just my luck with certain enemies where they explode and here's a bunch of rubies or what. So yeah, I've
been able to save a lot of rupees. Like, I've been pretty good at it, being really frugal.
Did you buy the flippers at the Zora? Yeah. I was
able to save up for that, and I was like, hell yeah, I want to swim faster.
Basically, it's the first thing. Oh, actually, the first thing I found was the fairy fountain.
Oh, I haven't found that.
Oh, you haven't found the fairy fountain?
No, I know.
It's good. It's very good. It helps you on your adventure without getting into too many spoilers.
All right, I gotta go find it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But yeah, that was the first place I stumbled on my early adventures. I was like, no, I'm going to do it my own way. And then I remembered, oh, wait, but I destroyed the story and half the thing last time. So maybe not this time.
Maybe slightly toward the storyline.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so far, like I said, I've been having a good time. Gentlemen, anything else?
No, I can't think of anything in particular. We kind of went over. I mean, yeah, it's, I like it.
Wow, that switched fast. Can't think of anything. Yes.
No,
I guess just that I like it. Yeah, no, that's all I can think of.
It's been good. I'm glad, and I even got a slight discount because apparently I was able to buy this at Costco.
Oh, cool!
Yeah, save $8. I was like, all right, I'll take $8.
How's Costco doing?
Apparently okay. They actually did deliver on day of release, which is surprisingly is is a shock, which is so sad because like I remember when they used to be, at least early on, referring to like, you know, Target, the Walmarts, the Best Buy, they all used to pretty much come on release date, but a lot of them like you'll get it like on Monday. If it's like a Friday release, you'll get it like on Monday. And it's like, God damn, it's the weekend's over, you bastard.
That's not good.
So yeah, because I never bought something on like a video game online at Costco. I'm too busy buying like my liquor and big bag of carrots and toilet paper or something. But you know, I never bought a video game, let alone online as a pre-order. But it, you know, save $8 and it showed up on the doorstep the same day of release. So there you go. If you got a Costco membership, there you go. Could be used. Because I don't know. Well, I guess you could get the digital vouchers if you're a digital. Did you get a physical or digital copy? Digital. Okay. Frank's got you got physical, no, Frank?
Of course.
Yeah, I'm still doing the physical for one more round. I don't know. If the Switch 2 is like backwards compatible, that might be the last time I go physical on a Nintendo console, which does break my heart. But I know at the end of the day, it's like a losing battle when it comes to physical and digital games because they don't want physical anymore.
Yeah.
There's no money in it, or not enough money in it. But yeah, the Zelda game starring Zelda herself is not too bad. I guess we're going to have to get back together in the future and do maybe either update or spoiler talk, is depending on the schedule allows us and how deep we get into it. Frank, you got to catch up, Frank. How are you the one behind, Frank? Now I think about it. That blows my mind thinking about it.
But you're also way far ahead. You're like both
that is all right.
So far behind.
That's true. That is also true.
And like
learning new things out here.
You know what? I did not notice those problems and I don't want to notice them. So
ignorance is bliss.
I loved Wind Waker and I like how it looks, but I do agree with something you said with the how it should look like the opening from Wind Waker. And I think it should look like the way Marvel vs. Capcom 2 looks. You know how the background's 3D, but yeah, kind of like that. I think that would be cool, or sort of like Octopath Traveler style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
for this game. Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, gotcha. Now, I don't know why my brain's thinking like, so fighting is like Mega Man gonna be there? You said Marvel vs. Capcom, I'm already gone. I'm already thinking like everything else. That makes more sense. Yes. The aesthetics. Yeah, especially
that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That is like the cool thing, the whole like Square Enix 2.5 3D thing they've been doing over there, and now they got the Dragon Quest thing, I think, on the remake, and it's got that whole 2.5. I do like that aesthetic.
I have a question. What do you think's gonna happen in the game?
Story-wise?
Anything interesting? Yeah, story-wise.
I don't know. It is curious. It does tease as you get further in as like, what is Link up to? Where is he at? And this and that, because you don't know exactly. But because it's never fully explained, it's, you know, teased or suggested, but there's no real official reason, I don't think, why Zelda's able to move in between both worlds and no one else so far has been able to. I mean, I could take a guess or two, but did they officially say a reason why that is?
Because she can travel between them?
Yeah, why is she able to and no one else?
Wasn't it just because she's with the Tri? Tri is the reason, right?
Could be. Oh, I guess the way I should rephrase it is, how come she was able to see Tri, but no one else is able to see Tri unless they get captured in the other world? Because that was like an ongoing like story bit where it's like, oh wait,
so
they can see me.
She has been there, right?
Right? Question mark?
Oh, I never thought of it that way. Oh shit! Oh, you're good at I think you called something.
So
damn,
I'm curious to see what's, you know.
I didn't even think about that.
Why that's a thing, and then like I said, to see what's Link up to, and I'm always like, when it always comes to like, whenever you play like the side character, supporting character, or another like generation character, but you see like the last protagonist play like some supporting role, I'm always fascinated by that idea and like, what are they up to? So like, you know, you get that here, you know, what Link up to, you don't know. Maybe he's doing something, or maybe he's just frozen in time. We don't know. And it's kind of like the same thing like in like Pokemon Silver when you play the second generation, but if you get to it, you'll bump into like Red or the original protagonist, right? So I'm always kind of curious about like those side stories, and like sometimes you'll actually get like that. I mean, like even bringing back into like The Last of Us, where Ellie tells you about the story of how she got bitten, this and that, and then you play the DLC, you get all the details about that. So I'm hoping we get something kind of like that.
Are you saying it might be connected to another one
that would come out later, right?
I'm hoping for that, but
which one?
Oh, that would be a good way to like, you know, it's kind of like what they would have done with Metal Gear Solid, like with the Phantom Pain, and then like, or like maybe, but like invert it, you know, put the smaller game out, but then like do it like like Zelda's Echo of Wisdom Deluxe, full game,
right? Some kind of DLC thing where you get to play like what Link is up to this whole time. And I'm a sucker, also, as I mentioned, like the other idea of like multiple. While this is happening over here, which it's Sonic Adventure 2. God damn it! Why does it always come back to Sonic? Because while this is happening, Shadow's over there, then Sonic's over here, here's Dr. Eggman, and it's a whole thing. And there goes the island. Oh no! It blows up.
Do you have any wild guesses or theories?
No, I don't know. It's a pretty.
You just play.
Yeah, just because like I don't know. It's not like a super complicated like.
True.
It's just like, oh, there's a mystery going on. It's like, why is this thing? It's like, I don't know. It's really simple right now, I guess. It's hard for me to like predict something like that. Yeah.
Right. It's just also nice to see Pig Ganon again. It's like, oh, it's been a while.
Yeah,
Pig Ganon.
yeah. I do like
just old school Pig Ganon. It's like, oh, there he is. There's that bastard. I remember.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this, and you said something interesting where you kind of hope there's a connection. I think it could be like they could make this like if it was Link to the Past Part 3, and if that could be the same Link.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I guess the other interesting thing story-wise about this is supposedly the way we're told this is she doesn't know who Link is, which isn't very common because usually there's always some like meeting the two meet some crazy circumstances and they know each other. But she's like, there was this boy in a green tunic, and I don't know what his name is. And eventually you figure out, oh, it's this kid named Link, and I guess he has like a backstory too, which is kind of interesting.
Like, and it tells you how
I feel like there's a whole game that happened before.
I know, right? And I how to eat up that shit for some reason.
You read the book where it says like the reason why he's mute. It's like, oh, that's crazy. Like,
so yeah,
that's why he doesn't talk is for some spell or something.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So I do like there's a little bit, if you look for, there's more story pieces in that, and I like it because it makes me think once again like a Majora's Mask, where if you talk to people, you'll get all these story pieces and you put them again like, oh, there's this big company, they're all connected somehow and blah blah blah. And those little things I enjoy. So there's a little bit, but you do have to kind of pay attention and look for it because you'll just walk by it if you're not looking for it.
I didn't notice that they didn't know each other. I because I was kind of sleepy the first time I played it, but
it happens.
I thought I saw or heard somebody say something like Zelda's always getting captured and Link's always saving her, something like that. Which
in that game?
Yeah. Or maybe I might have been sleepy.
I don't remember that.
Anyways, have you noticed that the map is like Link to the Past map?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is.
That's why I'm like maybe it's the same world.
I am thinking that, but it has to be like.
Is it the same? I didn't notice. Like,
it's very close.
I was gonna say I don't think it's exactly, but it's pretty darn close. If memory serves me right. Where's damn it, Miles? He would know.
Yeah, because the desert's on the lower left half.
Right.
Death Mountain is a little bit more the other way, but it's kind of in the same spot.
Right, roughly.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, I know this place. I know my way around.
Yeah, I know. Like, I know this.
Yeah, I was thinking a lot about that. Like, is this the Link to the Past map? And the thing that like this is my wild thing, which I kind of don't think is gonna happen, but it'd be kind of cool if it does happen. You know how every time you solve a rift, the guy's like, "Oh, my friends are here," and then he gets stronger. I kind of feel like it kind of be cool if he ends up becoming the Triforce, or one piece of the Triforce.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely related to it,
right?
And then he'll be like,
see that.
"I'll be your Triforce of Wisdom, Zelda."
There you go. It's in the name. Whoa.
Maybe like she had it and somehow they got separated. I don't know. Because if she already has the power to see him,
right,
not without going to the world, or then maybe it's because she has his power or Tri's power,
right,
innately or whatever.
Right. She's the wielder of the power, the wisdom Triforce and all that jazz. That's how that works.
That's just like because he's gold and Tri's. I'm like, maybe it's there. We'll see.
It sure seems like it could be. Couldn't it? Couldn't it?
I feel like it's far-fetched, but at the same time, like, it's kind of dumb enough to be true.
It sure sounds like some Kingdom Hearts bullshit, but there's a lot of dumb bullshit in Kingdom Hearts, so why the fuck not?
Very true.
I mean, they did it already, like, in Skyward Sword.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
Origin story, right? It all started there in the sky.
And there was the sword used to talk. I don't know. Thank God it doesn't do a talk anymore.
I miss V.
Do you, though?
I do. You know, after redheads, blue legs.
I always liked that
skinny blue. I mean, we knew about the skinny legs, but now they're skinny blue. Okay, blue leggings at least.
I like the little demon girl in Twilight Princess. She was cool.
Oh yeah.
Wait.
The
little demon, and then she turns into the
big hot redhead.
Hot blue. Yeah. I don't know if she's redhead, but she's pretty.
I thought she was a redhead.
Remember this?
Oh, maybe she is. If she is, then that's fucking. I'm gonna look this up.
I want to say she's got red hair.
Join the club if
there
she's
you go. Twilight Princess moving up on the rankings.
All these redheads in this game.
Twilight Princess has been like one of my lower tier Zeldas for me. I've only played it once.
I just like the Dairy Girl. The Dairy Girl's the one for me.
That's the one that does it.
And I got this. I'm too busy. Got to save the sister of Majora's Mask because you don't want to see the bad outcome.
Oh no.
Oh man, that game's got some freaky shit. That or the dad and like the coffin or whatever that shit is. Ooh, gotta play that song quick, Link. Quick.
I like when they do connections to other Zelda games.
She is a redhead. I think you're right.
There you go. I remember the important things.
Is the girl? Yeah, it's close to red. Yeah.
Is it red?
This is girl for you.
Oh, it's Twilight Princess red.
It's
Everything.
Midna. Oh man, I thought you were talking about somebody else.
No.
You're like Demon Girl. I'm like, what? I was thinking Demon Slayer.
Yeah, no, her. Well, when she's like a little demon girl.
The little one.
I don't know. That's like the best adjective.
The chibi one.
With.
She rides you in everything.
You described her like if she was some non-important character. Where
that girl. Yeah, she's
that one girl you run into at one for that one quest.
The one girl that
she literally sits on your back the whole game.
That one.
She's basically a secondary character. Yeah, not important.
I need to go back to Twilight Princess. I haven't played it.
Yeah.
And I remember being a little disappointed playing it. But I feel like I would like it more now.
I was wrong. It was Tony was talking about that. He wasn't talking about
Twilight Princess.
Secondary character whose title is in the game. Name is in the title.
She's the Twilight Princess?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy.
They need to make that Zelda game. The Twilight Princess playable game.
Zelda's just chilling in that tower that whole game, I think, mostly.
Would she have a wand again?
She'll be in the rifts.
Oh, there you go. It makes sense. It makes sense.
So I've said, I think, everything that I've wanted to say.
Yes, I think we've said all the Zelda talk.
Crazy theories, my experiences with my nephews, and
and two-player.
The co-op. The co-op option unlocked.
Co-op Zelda. Please, 3 people that are listening, play co-op.
You want a real challenge? Grab yourself a youngster and then split a Joy-Con with them.
You ever wonder why you have siblings?
It's for once like this.
Their purpose.
Do they have to do 3 hearts hard mode too?
That's when you go to a show and you're like encore. Yes, if you shouting encore, do that.
New Game Plus.
But if not, then one meal's good.
Oh, nice.
What a challenge!
So I think I'll try to finish it soon, and I don't know when we'll meet again.
Yeah, probably, hopeful, because I know Thanksgiving's gonna. Our next open slot's more around Thanksgiving, but of course, usually people are busy around Thanksgiving, so we'll see what happens. But hopefully, early December, let's say we could.
If I finish it,
we'll see what happens
by next week. Am I like not supposed to say nothing or?
Wait for with anime talk already?
Yeah.
Anime, you can give a little sampling.
What did you do? No, Nadine. I was playing Zelda third person. We'll see. I'll try not to say nothing. We'll see.
Save it for that. Well, I guess I'm gonna steal the microphone here for a quick and do a little producer role, I guess, a little bit here. For those who don't know, tease from last episode, I guess, it's coming up, and I need to keep reminding myself to keep talking about it. But on November 16th, we're going to be having, technically it's on my Twitch channel, but I guess it's really more of a Otaku adventure project, where we're going to be doing supposedly a 24-hour charity stream. We'll see about the 24-hour part, but it'll at least be a charity stream of some length that'll be happening on the 16th of November, and this is part of the Extra Life charity event that happens usually around this time of the year. The money goes to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles right here in our own backyard. So it's something I've always aspired to do. And this year I'm hoping to rope in some fellow co-hosts on the podcast. And I think I kind of have an agreement with the gentleman in front of me. At least a verbal and maybe a slight handshake, let's say.
There was some acknowledgements exchanged. Indeed.
So hopefully we could get some more characters on, and I won't be so sad and lonely on my stream. And who knows? Maybe we could please Echoes of Wisdom co-op. You never know. See what happens.
Oh my god, that would be funny.
So that's the, if that's something you are interested in, you can make that official by going over to the donation page, which will be linked in the description of this episode as well. And there we're doing a little thing where any listener or perhaps a subscriber to my YouTube channel, any stuff I do on the internet, there you could donate $50 and I'll get you 1 hour of whatever video game you would like us to play. I have a whole list there on the page with if there's anything from pretty much the 16-bit era and up, there's a good chance I have a copy of it, especially if it's semi-popular. So if there's one retro game or you want to see me choke, I don't know, on Dark Souls or once again Zelda co-op, $50 and just write it down the donation. What would you like us to play? And we'll try to play it for you in your entertainment. You can watch us have a fun time, or you can watch us be miserable at the same time. It's up to you what you do. As long as it's for a good event, I'm willing to try to do almost anything. Question, that's big asterisk with that, let's say, but almost anything. When it comes to video games, video game related, maybe anime related. There you go. We could do a waifu war topic. There you go. This is another idea for you.
Japanimation.
We could get Frank's list his top 10 redheads. There you go.
Japanimation.
Well, the Twilight Princess herself make it to the cut. I don't know. You're gonna you have to donate that $50 to find out. But yes, please, if you can, please consider doing that. Like I said, and you have until the end. I think it's November 2nd. Let's say you have until the end of October to get those submissions in, so that way I have time to make a schedule and figure out everyone's routine schedule and the games. So that way, poor Frank doesn't have to play those cursed, Team Fortress 2s and the Call of Duties and all, the shooters that he's really into.
You know who's not on the list? Mary Jane.
We do remember the hate of Mary Jane from the Spider-Man PlayStation game. She could be better. She could be better. This I can agree with. But yes, please consider donating.
No, she can't. Scrap her.
Scrap her. Okay. Well then, and if you want to see Frank's struggle, $50. Spider-Man 4. We could watch him square. All the Mary Jane cutscenes back to back.
The kids don't need it.
Or donate $100. Frank's gonna donate $100 so he doesn't have to play. That'll work too. Well, it all goes to a good cause, so please consider donating if you can. And of course, next week we're gonna be having our summer review season. We'll be covering the Elusive Samurai, Oshinoko Season 2,
Psycho Harem,
and or Pseudo Harem. Pseudo Harem. I mean, depending, if you stick with it, you might go a little crazy, let's say, with that show. But yes, those are the shows we'll be doing a full review and spoiler talk. So if you're curious, there's that. And early November, we'll be doing our fall preview. And we're going to probably do some Halloween spooky thing just in time for Halloween release. So look forward to all that and so much more coming here on Taku Otaku Podcast. And producer done.
Oh, wow. Bravo. That was very informative. Yes, I guess we're done. I hope you guys have fun playing Zelda.
That I did.
Get a kid. Get a kid.
Just go to your local park. Hey, kid.
You want to play Zelda co-op?
Want to see my Switch?
Get one, make one, whatever it takes. You
might have to wait like 9 months for that one to show up.
Yell at him. Don't mind. It's part of the learning experience.
There you go. Makes sense.
Or her.
So do you switch up like if you're swinging or if you're walking? Like, are you like I'm always? Oh no, you said you do the thing that's more demanding.
You have to do the walking part because otherwise, trust me, do the walking part.
You might end up going in circles like Frank. Wait a minute.
Do the walking part and guide them with
because all they have to do is mash. Yeah. But then, like you said.
Yeah. I was not expecting that problem.
And yet
it happened. All right, we'll see. I'll update you with my frustrations next time.
Nice.
That does it for episode 46 of Taku Otaku.
45.
Oh my god, I am just skipping episodes here.
He's so excited for the next anime. He wants to do the anime right now.
Let's go. I got energy. We don't need Ivan.
Yeah, just don't tell Andy we're doing Japanimation.
Yeah. This is cartoons.
They're Chinese cartoons, Andy. They're fine.
We'll see. All right. Thanks for tolerating me, guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.